Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. Here's the headline. Tester, that's Senator Tester, who is the chairman of the Senate Committee on Veterans Affairs. Tester meets with government's top watchdog to talk improving accountability and oversight at the VA. This is important, right? Because the VA needs to have some extra sets of eyeballs on it to make sure that they're doing the right thing even when nobody's watching, even though we're watching. Right? So with that, let's jump into it here. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. And look, if you're looking for some more and to have deeper conversations, a little further going down the rabbit hole of VA stuff, I did create a second channel, co-hosted channel at Veterans Daily is what that's called. And I did that channel with Clay from the CivDiv as a joint collaboration to have some back and forth dialogue. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we might disagree, sometimes we might just have another avenue to get there. It's just good information for you, so please check that out. All right, let's dive into this here. Chairman discusses actions with the GAO Comptroller General to improve individual and organizational accountability at VA. This just came out this week here on January 24th of 2024. So moving into it, Senate Veterans Affairs Committee Chairman John Tester today met with the Government Accountability Office, that's the GAO, Comptroller General, and the government's top watchdog to discuss improving accountability and oversight at the Department of Veterans Affairs. GAO issues dozens of oversight reports about VA each year with recommendations to improve services and protect taxpayer funds. Quotation here, our veterans deserve a VA system that delivers for them. And a key part of that is ensuring we have the best leaders and employees serving these men and women, said Tester. That starts with ensuring accountability and transparency are at the forefront of VA's mission to provide health care and benefits to veterans, and that the department uses the tools it has to root out misconduct, waste, fraud, and abuse. GAO has been a partner in shining a light on areas where VA needs to improve, and I look forward to continue working together to increase oversight at the VA. In their meeting, Tester highlighted his concerns with VA management and leadership structures. He questioned Comptroller General on structural changes VA could undertake to improve individual and organizational accountability, management, and catching waste, fraud, or abuse. The chairman also underscored keeping a close eye on VA's electronic health record modernization program and discussed additional steps to improve the timely delivery of veterans' health care and benefits. As chairman, Tester is leading the charge, not change. As chairman, Tester is leading the charge to increase accountability and oversight at VA. In August, the senator introduced his bipartisan Leadership Engagement, Accountability, and Development LEAD Act of 2023 to reform VA's oversight and accountability process to improve the department's ability to take action against VA leaders and employees who have engaged in misconduct or poor performance. The LEAD Act's provisions draw on the findings of dozens of VA Office of Inspector General and GAO reports and years of congressional hearings and oversight work documenting recurring gaps in VA's oversights. So, among the bills, many provisions, it would put into law the recommendations and findings of GAO's recent reports and review of VA's Office of Medical Inspector, establishing accountability mechanisms to improve oversight of VA healthcare. Since 2019, the chairman has requested more than 20 reports or reviews by GAO of VA or Veterans Services. So, outstanding, a little more pressure on the VA and so a little more accountability required, right, from the VA. Remember, the VA had sent out millions of dollars in erroneous bonuses to a bunch of its top employees as far as pay scale, leadership employees. There's been a calamity of errors with claims submissions and claims not being actually looked at especially with regard to adding and removing dependents over the course of a decade. There was a calamity of errors with submitting intent to files with regard to PACT Act claims. So there has been a host of problems. Let's not forget about the foreclosures that were happening on folks that took advantage of the provisions that were allowed during the COVID-19 pandemic to allow forbearance on mortgages. Well, then all of a sudden the VA turned the key on that, and then all of a sudden the lenders are telling the veterans, hey, look, you owe us $20,000 or we're going to foreclose on you. So yeah, the VA turned around and now they're working to correct that, and they asked lenders not to foreclose on folks for another 3 or 4 months from now. But still, this is another error that the VA has, jumped into and is causing big issues. And lastly, and I'm just going off the top of my head, let's not forget those veterans that are receiving VA pension. Remember, pension from the VA is a low and no income benefit for veterans and surviving spouses. And somehow, some way, the accounting tracking between other incomes from, say, Social Security and the VA was not matching up and letting folks know at the VA that there was some overpayments or what have you. And then all of a sudden the VA says, oh, guess what? You owe us thousands and thousands of dollars, and this is going to create a big debt that you now owe the VA. And how are they going to take it out? Are they going to just stop payments in full for folks? Because that sucks. You're talking about a very vulnerable demographic of the veteran and surviving spouse world who are low and no income. And this is really a small drop in the bucket for them, right? To be able to live on. And to take anything away from that causes a dramatic hardship. And you talk about, well, let's say that the VA does take the money. Well, now you're going to put these people at a higher risk of becoming homeless, which is supposed to be the thing the VA is trying to not happen. And in addition, we have, a 7.4% or so increase in veterans' homelessness, even though the VA has basically exceeded its goal for the fiscal year. Still, the veteran homelessness increases. So there has been a calamity of errors on many different fronts within the VA. So a little more oversight and a little bit more, I guess, awareness for the VA to know that there are more eyes on them now than ever is probably a good thing. So with that, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.